Buying off-market properties is really tough, but we closed this deal right here over text message.
He filled out a form online, so from there we decided to reach out. There was no contact made for a week or two. I had only emailed and called though. After 2 weeks I sent a text and he responded immediately.
Then stopping just at one phone call,
Right.
It's not enough. We are in Greater Boston, extremely competitive market. Making one phone call to a lead that's a warm lead, someone that filled out a form, not enough. So Devon, let's discuss this property on Cape Cod, right? Off-market deal for us. We take off-market now for granted because that's all we do. Right. But I really wanted to break this down to exact steps and what happened to give everyone watching an idea of what it takes and how to make this work, right? Because you can make a lot of money on a fix and flip if you buy right and if you buy it off-market. Yep. But how did we get the lead in the first place?
Yeah, so it came in through a paid Google lead, which is a new lead source. He filled out a form online. We had his information and kind of what was going on with the property. So from there, we decided to reach out. There was no contact made for a week or two. I had only emailed and called though. After 2 weeks, I sent a text and he responded immediately.
So that's one key takeaway, right? There's a lot of people that will get our direct mail and they might return a call from that, but some people don't. They don't really care about mail. They don't like mail unless you reach out to them through text, email, and that's what they like. That's what their
people
favorite.
Have preferred methods. And
correct. So call, text, email, he replied back and said, not interested.
Right, yeah, he said not interested. I have a realtor coming tomorrow. He's going to put it on the market.
Something that comes to mind that starting out, I would have moved on from this deal is the fact that the seller said over text, I'm not interested. Yeah. I'll take that for granted, right? Someone says, I'm not interested. I'll be like, okay, you're not interested. I don't want to bother you. Let me move on. You didn't give up.
No, yeah, I think he told me he wasn't interested a couple of times, which is fine. But there was a reason he filled out that form. So we had to keep.
There was some type of motivation that someone went on our website or wherever they filled out the form and they put the data there. For someone to take time, there's got to be something there, right? So for us to be persistent, I think that's huge.
And by asking questions, we found out, he had health issues and a few other things going on. So he really saw the value in our cash offer, especially when it wasn't too far off from a listing price and the timeline really fit for what he was looking for.
The other thing that I take from that is someone saying, I got an agent. Again, starting out, I would have thought, you know what, they have an agent. They're probably going to list it on the MLS. They're going to make more money that way. Let me move on, right? This is not my type of seller. Right. You cannot assume any of that, right? Because what people are doing right now, and this gentleman was doing the same thing, he was trying to get information from everybody, trying to make a decision what works best for him. And I bet you when he had the showing with the agent walked in here and saw the before conditions, and they said probably you need to fix this and that and clean up, right?
Yep.
And
it was a mess.
And he wasn't willing to do that.
No.
Sometimes what a listing provides is, yes, might be more money, but the benefits of what the seller is looking for, it's not there.
Right, and I made a verbal offer without ever seeing it, just based on comps in the area, similar houses, and I think we made a verbal offer in the $400,000 range, which seemed like a pretty good deal. It had been listed before, so there were some photos online to kind of make an estimate from. So I said, hey, look, can I come down and see the house? From there, set up a time to see it. And again, I never met him. When I came down to see it, he left the door unlocked and said, go take a look.
That's crazy, right? But again, different people behave different ways. This gentleman just didn't want to meet with us. He wanted a cash offer. He wanted to be done with it. It's a little different how we typically work, because we'll get a call, we'll schedule an appointment, we see the house, and then we give somebody a cash offer. And this person said, I want a cash offer. And you were right there. You were like, sure, I'll send you a cash offer, right? You provided what he was looking for. And then he let you in. No one was here. Door was open.
Went through and realized that there's a lot more going on than we thought. So, I think we actually had a signed offer at 400. And from there, we saw it. I think I FaceTimed you, and we kind of went over it. And we realized that our offer had to be a little bit lower. We're not too worried about it though, because he had the motivation, and we just had to be fair. We explained where we were coming from, why our price had to be what our price had to be, and he completely understood. He said, as long as we're still closing on this date, understand, let's keep moving forward.
I think at that point you had also built a relationship with the seller, and that goes above and beyond, because people they're gonna work with someone they like and trust. Something I want to tell you guys right away is that whatever you're doing in real estate, have a brand, have an online presence. If we
he had 3 other people coming and talking to him. I think after he checked us out, he realized that he could rely on closing the transaction.
That's it. That's the most important part to everybody. So you build the relationship with them, they let you in, and he was willing to renegotiate $50,000.
Yeah.
And I think what got you there is really explaining why. You weren't like, hey, I'm not at 400 anymore, I'll give you 350.
Exactly. It was a pretty well thought out email that explained everything, and to him and his attorney, they both understood, and we came to an agreement within.
Awesome. When you look back, this was obviously, I've never closed a deal over text. I know that's a first for you as well, but like, what are some takeaways there? Like, was it easier than doing the regular process that we have, or?
I think it was, because you have time to really think out an interesting response or prodding response, get good questions in there, and frame it the way you want to frame it and go right through. That's how, I think we have 150 texts back and forth over a 2-week period, and then it closed 2 weeks later.
And I like that you mentioned that, because a lot of people think that to buy these properties off market is like one phone call, one text, let's meet the seller, give an offer, and you close on it. There's a lot more to it, right? This is the most important asset somebody owns. And you need to answer questions. You need to really educate the homeowner on what the process is, what the benefit of the cash offers are. You nail the follow-up process. I mean, we've talked about this in the office, but you were persistent, and we have a CRM that allows you obviously to create tasks and all that, but you could have at any point be like, you know what, this is not a good lead.
Right. And there's
that was a lot of
500
pushback.
other people that I'm trying to follow up with.
Right.
So how do you prioritize it? But always, you want to just follow up with people. That's how we get 95% of our deals. It's never on first contact. It's persistence, going through it over and over again.
And I'm not sure if those, the branding we have online, your communications, or what it was, or maybe it was everything, all of it together that got you, ahead of everybody else, and why he accepted our offer. I don't think it was price. He probably got the same price from, most of the other investors. But those are the steps that got us here. Before we wrap it up, though, I really want to ask you, because you joined us over a year ago, and Devon is an acquisition manager with us. How did you even get to us and to real estate investing?
Well, I saw that you guys were doing cool stuff, things that I would be interested in. So I said, hey, why don't I go to their meetup? Went there. I actually had, I think it was on a Saturday at your grand opening of your office.
The office, yeah.
I think we had called or texted a little bit before that, but I had been in real estate a little bit before, and then I went back to my W-2. I quit my job on a Friday. I showed up to you guys on a Saturday. I think I started with you a week or two after.
Yeah.
But the reason I went there was because of what you guys were doing. You were teaching people. I actually found your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
That's why we're doing this,
Yeah,
right?
It comes full circle.
It
Now
does.
we're here. We've done dozens of deals.
Right.
And I think it's important to learn from someone that knows the industry before you go out and do it yourself, because it's an expensive business.
It takes a lot. I mean, you covered this deal right here. There was so much that happens. And if you don't have the background and the help from someone doing it, right, and the experience, there's a lot that can happen, and you miss out on the deal. Right. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because, and I push on to tell people, hey, educate yourself, take action. But sometimes the action might be just joining another group that's doing, what you want or what you see as success, right? Copy their system, work for free, whatever. I mean, it's a win-win. Obviously, you get paid here with on commissions. We get a deal. You are adding a ton of value and learning.
I think the most important part is that I'm learning from somebody. Like you said, it took you 8 years to figure out some of this stuff.
Right.
I've fast-tracked that through your knowledge, which is
And
beneficial to everyone.
Yeah. And now you can close deals over text.
Yeah.
So, no, that's awesome. Guys, again, hope this is valuable. Come to the meetup, right? Be like Devon, do the right thing, join networking events. Come say hi to us or the guest speakers, but we host those every month. We'll put notes for the next event here. This is the video for today. Hope you find this valuable. Go check out the next video about short sale. I explain exactly what that process looks like. It's gonna be a lot more short sales coming up. That was another Devon acquisition. And leave me a like, share, comment, and catch you guys on the next one.